crisis, he'd rig the economy for Wall Street again. Well, that will not happen on my watch, I can guarantee you. I would veto any effort to weaken those reforms. I will defend and strengthen them both for the big banks and the shadow banking system. And I will vigorously enforce the law because we can't ever let Wall Street wreck Main Street again. Now, second, there's Donald Trump's approach to our national debt. Now, I have a plan to pay for all my proposals because I take America's long-term financial health seriously. Donald Trump has a different approach. He calls himself the king of debt. And his tax plan sure lives up to that name. According to the Independent Tax Policy Center, it would increase the national debt by more than $30 trillion over 20 years. That's trillion with a T. It's much, much more than any nominee of either party has ever proposed. And economists describe it with words like, not even in the universe of the realistic. And how would he pay for all this debt? Well, he said, and I quote, "I would borrow, knowing if the economy crashed, you could make a deal." It's like he said, you know you make a deal before you go into a poker game. Well, actually, it's not like that at all. The full faith and credit of the United States is not something we just gamble away. That could cause an economic catastrophe. And it would break 225 years of ironclad trust that the American economy has with Americans and with the rest of the world. Alexander Hamilton would be rolling in his grave. You see, we pay our debts. That's why investors come here even when everything else in the world goes wrong. You don't have to take it from me. Ronald Reagan said it. He said, "We have a well-earned reputation for reliability and credibility, two things that set us apart from much of the world." Now, maybe Donald feels differently because he made a fortune filing bankruptcies and stiffing his creditors. I'll get to his business practices in a minute. But the United States of America doesn't do business Trump's way.